How we doing, everybody? Greg Ehrenberg here from OddsShopper, and we're about to break down another slate. And we've got basketball tonight, we've got hockey, we've got baseball. I'm going to be primarily focused on basketball because these are the biggest games of the day. We've got two play-in games, and the winner is going to make the playoffs. The loser, their season is done. Couple of games. So we got the Miami Heat at home against the Chicago Bulls. We've got the Heat as 5.5-point favorites, and then the late night game, the Minnesota Timberwolves at home against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Timberwolves also 5.5-point favorites. So I'm going to pull the data up on the screen right here. And these are some of our top projected bets for the basketball games today. If you guys want more of the data that we have over at OddsShopper, we have a 7-day free trial available that all you have to do to take advantage of is sign up clicking on the link below. 7 days totally for free. You are going to get bets for pretty much every single sport out there and bets that have been tracked to be positive and make money over the course of the last couple months since we launched this tool. But let's get into tonight's games and looking at some of the bets that we have. And, not like there's an abundance of options with it only being a 2-game slate, but still, if you look on the screen here, you'll see that there are some bets that are standing out as being plus EV. Starting here with DeMar DeRozan, under 5.5 rebounds. Now, I don't doubt that he's going to play a big role, considering that this is a do-or-die play-in game for the Bulls. With that said, the line here is 5.5 at PointsBet. It's 5.5 at FanDuel. It is 4.5 at every other book. So it is juiced, but we projected to win 65% of the time. That's going to cover the juice on that 5.5 rebound line. So I do like taking a look at DeMar DeRozan under 5.5 rebounds. I would stay away from any of the 4.5 numbers. 5.5, though, I think is a pretty good look when it comes to DeRozan. And something else, too, that I think we should note with him is while he is going to be playing extended minutes, considering the stakes of these games, or this game, I should say, and the last one, he played really big minutes down the stretch of the regular season as well. And it's not like he was putting up massive rebound numbers. So last game, he did play 39 minutes and had 7 rebounds. But look at the games prior to that where we got extended minutes out of DeMar DeRozan. Finishing out the regular season, 36.5 minutes against the Bucks, 3 rebounds, 37 minutes against the Hawks, 4 rebounds, 34 minutes against the Grizzlies, 5 rebounds against the Hornets. He played 33 minutes. He had 3 rebounds. If you go back to the regular season, you actually go all the way back to a game against the Lakers, March 26th, where he had more than 5 rebounds. And that was actually 6. So we did see a stretch here of about 2.5 weeks where DeRozan did not have any games with 6 or more rebounds. So I think under 5.5 is a pretty good look there. Max Strus, under 3.5 rebounds, minus 162. You'll see that most books either have the 3.5 with more juice or the line is a 2.5. One thing of interest from the Miami Heat is that we saw Eric Spoelstra say there's going to be changes to the rotations for tonight's play-in game as opposed to what we got out of them in the other play-in game. Now, one of the things I think is most likely is that Kyle Lowry either starts or just plays extended minutes. And I think that comes at the expense of Max Strus. Kyle Lowry was really, really good in the Heat's play-in game. And Lowry was not great over the course of the regular season. This is by far, in my opinion, the worst that he's played throughout his career. And he's a guy who's been established as being a really high-end point guard throughout much of his career, but he's just kind of on the downside now, being that he's 37 years old. But he did show last game he had a little bit more left in the tank. 33 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists for Kyle Lowry in that game, and that was coming off the bench. Don't be surprised if he starts today, and don't be surprised if we see a little bit of a downtick in minutes for Max Strus. So with that in mind, I think we should definitely be looking at Max Strus under 3.5 rebounds. Now, let's look at some of the other bets here. The next one, SGA, over 4.5 assists. That is available minus 140 on DraftKings, minus 156 on FanDuel, minus 160 on PointsBet. See it much more juice elsewhere. Another guy, SGA, I think we're going to see extended minutes out of him. Do or die type game. Good matchup against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think we're getting 40-plus minutes out of SGA. That should help his counting stats. So I like him for over 4.5 assists. So those are 3 bets we have projected well, and I like all of them in terms of our top 3 bets. Other ones here, I think you look at Tyler Hero over 2.5 threes. It's actually minus 132 at BetRivers. Pretty good line shopping value here. Minus 160 at FanDuel, minus 165 at PointsBet, minus 150 at DraftKings. So if you can get that minus 132 at BetRivers, that is a pretty good looking number relative to every other book available. So that's one that I would actually expect to go up as the day goes on. I would be really surprised if BetRivers actually holds us at minus 132. It's probably going to be like minus 150 or minus 160 or something like that later on in the day. Let's take a look at baseball. Pretty big baseball slate today as well. See if anything stands out there. And right off the bat, yeah, Rowdy Tellez for 0.5 over total bases over on DraftKings. And not a ton of lines up yet for baseball. You see minus 152 at Caesars, minus 145 at BetMGM there. So Rowdy Tellez, you just need him to get on base once via a hit. So whether it be a single or a double, he would end up clearing that number. Some strikeout props. Sean Manaea under 5.5 strikeouts is minus 116 at FanDuel. That is way more juice elsewhere. Minus 130 on DK, minus 159 as high at Caesars. So this looks like a pretty good line. I know the Tigers' offense has not been good this year. In fact, it's been terrible. But Sean Manaea also has not really been quite the same pitcher over the last couple of years that he was back when he was with Oakland. So I don't mind looking at Sean Manaea under 5.5 strikeouts. As for some of the other stuff here, I think I would wait for more data to really make some more baseball opinions. Let's look at a prize picks parlay to close us out here. And by the way, if you guys have any questions for me, go hit me up on Chalkboard. We've got a link for that below. Chalkboard is a chat app that's geared towards sports betting. It is free to download. It's free to download our channel. In there, myself and Lawful, we post bets. We answer your guys' questions. We sweat out some bets, and it's free. So no reason to not take advantage of a free app there. All right, so a lot of what's popping up for prize picks is actually basketball games for tomorrow. So I'm going to try to just build based on what we have available for today. I think I might have taken the Bam Adebayo one out by accident. 414. All right, yeah, that's today's date, the 14th. So we'll take Dolan out, take these out. All right, so this has a negative expected ROI, but let's see if we can make a positive one by adding more numbers to it. The answer is no. The number is no. Sometimes the best play is the play that you don't make. But here we go. We got one. So this is going to be a 5-leg parlay over at Prize Picks. Let's add one more to it, though. Nice. That does increase the expected ROI. So 6-leg parlay. 6-leg flex play over for Prize Picks. We got Josh Giddey under 1.5 threes. That is juiced fairly heavily at DraftKings and FanDuel. So if you could get it at Prize Picks, we're just 1.5, no juice on either side. That's going to stand out. Johan Oviedo under 4.5 strikeouts. Jonah Heim to reach base once over 0.5 total bases. Dolan for under 2.5 shots on goal. Bam Adebayo over 18.5 points tonight. And then Mikko Rantanen for over 3.5 shots on goal. 6-leg flex parlay, 6% expected ROI. It's 6 legs. You're not going to hit all 6 of them all that often, but it is going to hit enough to where it's expected to be positive ROI over the long haul here. So that does it for me today. We've got a prize picks parlay. We looked at baseball props. We looked at basketball props as well. And if you guys want access to all the tools we have over at OddsShopper, 7-day free trial, no risk to you at all. Just sign up clicking on the link below. And that does it for me today. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll be doing some prize picks content tomorrow, as well as some content for the basketball playoffs. So go check that out. I hope you guys once again have a great weekend. See you back here on this video on Monday.